I'm trying something new. I'm going to try to record my lectures. What I did last quarter, and students seemed to like, well, some students really liked it, some probably couldn't care, but I did a PDF. I'm going to write on the overhead here instead of on the board. And so at the end of the lecture, what I did is I just captured everything as a PDF and posted it online. In fact, there's probably one of them over here. No, I took it away. Anyway, so I would capture PDFs. And what I'm going to try to do this quarter is actually record the lecture as a video, which may be worse. I don't know which is worse. I'll do both. So if you just want to go back and look at the notes, there should be a PDF there. If you want to hear what I said during that, then maybe you can go to the video and fast forward to that spot and listen to what I had to say. We'll see what happens. Okay, so my website. There's a lot of useful information here, I hope. Right here on the front, I've got some links for you. So one of the things that I did, I went through and made a whole bunch of video solutions because students seem to really like it when you do solve problems on the board. And I think there's no bigger waste of time in the classroom because no matter how fast I go, somebody in the class wants me to go faster. No matter how slow I go, somebody wants me to go slower, right? So this turned out to be what I thought was a really good solution. I make a video of me solving the problem. You can hear my voice. You can see what I'm writing because it's capturing everything on the screen. You can't see me. But it's better than having me solve the problem on the board because you can fast forward over all the stuff you don't need to listen to and get right to the point where you need to be and listen to that part. You can rewind. You can listen to that part 5 times if you want to, right? And then you can stop it and move on. And so there are a bunch of these video solutions. You go here or click on that link there. And the first thing you would want to do is go to the problem set. So you click on, this is a mechanics class, you click on mechanics problems. It brings up a PDF that kind of looks like the back of one of your chapters. And it lists the problems. I don't know why that one's... Anyway, we'll pick one that's... So, like Mechanics 3B, it's got the problem listed here. This one came right out of a textbook, so I put the reference there. A lot of these, some of them come out of a textbook, some of them I just make up. And then some of them are a little more tutorial-like these free body diagram ones. They really walk you through setting up free body diagrams. And other ones are just end-of-chapter problems. Like this one here with the block being pulled out from underneath the other block. But so first go print out the problems and try them. There are 45 problems there for this class. So, 3 or 4 for every chapter. And then if a problem requires calculus, not too many of them do, but some of them do, I usually note it like this one here, 41. It says calculus required. So you can see right off the bat, skip that one if you're in Physics 2A, and if you're in Physics 4A, you can attempt that. Okay? So here are all the problems. Then if you get stuck on one, you can click on the video link right here. I used to have all the videos hosted on a website called EduStream, and I had some students couldn't access them, especially students with Macs for some reason. So I've transferred them all to YouTube. I figured they've got this video thing figured out. Anybody should be able to access it at YouTube, right? So they're all at YouTube now. I spent my summer transferring all the videos to YouTube, and you just click on one of these, and it takes you to the link, takes you to YouTube. Okay, so lots of problems there worked out. How do I get on? That's the video solutions link. Phet Simulations. Phet stands for Physics Education Technology. If you just Google Phet. The very first link is the University of Colorado. They host this site, and they develop these simulations. And they're particularly good if you're a visual person, visual learner, right? And you like to kind of see things. In this class, I'm not sure how helpful they are because everything we do is kind of visual, right? You throw a ball across the room. I mean, we all can picture projectile motion and things like that. So in this particular class, this may not be the most useful to you. But maybe next quarter when you're taking electricity and magnetism and you're really having trouble figuring out a circuit because you're not picturing what's happening, you can click on one of these simulations of a circuit with the little electrons moving in one direction, and you can kind of, it gives you more of an intuitive feel for what's happening. So it's a really nice way to get a visual of what's happening, these simulations. And like I said, particularly next quarter when it's harder to picture electric fields and electric forces and electrons moving in a circuit and things like that. This quarter, it's a little easier for us to... It's a little easier for us. Khan Academy, you're probably all familiar with. These are videos that are available of a lot of different topics, and it covers a good chunk of this class. Not everything, but a good chunk of it. And it covers some background stuff. So if you're a little soft on, vector addition or trig or something like that, you can go back and look at some of those videos. MIT physics lectures, they are all available on video. Hippocampus.org, another one that has a lot of sort of multimedia web pages that can help you picturing what's going on. They've got some visuals happening there. They also have links to other sites like Khan Academy and Phet and things like that. Okay, so another thing that I've done is I've put together lists of what is available where in terms of at least my video solutions and Khan Academy. So if you look here, like Lesson 1, I'm calling Lesson 1 our math review, which is basically today's class. So rates and ratios, right? I'm not going to lecture on that. I'm not going to talk about it. If you need some help with rates and ratios, and there's some Khan Academy. I searched Khan Academy, picked out some things. These are links. You click on them, it takes you right to the video at Khan Academy. Unit conversions, you should be pretty good with unit conversions. There are some links to Khan Academy to help you out. Trig review, again, links to Khan Academy. Vector components, adding vectors, some links to the Khan videos. Some of those are better than other ones, but most people seem to like those videos over there. Okay, so lesson 2 is our motion now, one-dimensional and two-dimensional motion. And so again, lots of Khan Academy videos in here. Some of them are actually sort of problems he works out. Most of them are more lecture. And then here are mine on the lower right here. Mechanics 01, 03. Those are the problems. If you go to the video solutions, look at the problems. Here are the video solutions to those problems. Okay, so I hope this helps you. I put a lot of time into organizing this. I hope it helps you. And at least if you're struggling with something at some point in the quarter, you check one of these files. And see, where do you go to get help? Here's someone's spring force, potential energy, things like that. Okay. So those are these links here. I've also posted a couple of sample exams. They may not coincide exactly with our exam 1 and 2 because I'm doing more than 2. I'm doing 3 exams this quarter instead of 2. So they won't overlap exactly, but they're just there to give you a feel for what the exam is going to look like, right? The look and feel, my style, so you get to see something. You don't see it for the first time on exam day. You get to look at one ahead of time. Book problems. I don't collect any homework, but these are basically the homework problems that you should be doing. And then what we'll do is we'll do a quiz, kind of a weekly quiz when we don't have an exam, based loosely on the homework problems. Okay, so if you can do the homework problems, you should be able to come in and do the quiz. I'll probably take one of the problems and change the numbers or give it a small twist or something. So it's just to make sure you're doing the homework problems. The book has these conceptual problems, so I've tried to list those here. And then it has a whole bunch of what they call problems and exercises. And there's a lot of them there. There's like 100 problems. That's a lot. So what I try to do is focus you a little bit. I said if you can only do a handful, do that first set there. That's where I say this is the minimum you should do, okay? Sometimes it's a couple of handfuls for some chapters. But do those. And if you think you need some more help or you want to do some more, then hit the next column over. Those are some extra ones. A lot of times they're very similar. If you look like right here, problem number 70 and problem number 71 are both listed. They're probably very similar problems. If you do one, you probably don't need to do the other one, but if you need a little extra help, do it. These are just here to focus you, right? So that you don't get overwhelmed. Man, there's 100 problems. Where do I start? Start with these must-dos and do those. And if you need some more, there's another column here. Hopefully you don't have to do, 40 problems to learn the material. Hopefully after you've done, 10 problems, 15, 20 problems, you've kind of got a feel for it and you feel like, okay, if I threw a different one at me, I'd be able to do it now. That's the goal, right? So you want to kind of keep that in mind when you're doing these. If they threw one with a little twist in it, okay, I just did this problem. Now I'm going to, how would I do it if there was friction in it? Or I just did this problem. How would I do it if it was, if I changed something slightly? Think like that. That's a good way to think when you're studying for an exam.